Hi students, this is Viswanath, chemistry faculty for NEET and IIT exams. In last class, we started Charles law. Charles law statement and graph completed. Now see the remaining types of graphs related to Charles law. See here, volume is taken on y-axis and 1 by temperature, absolute temperature is taken on x-axis. So volume versus 1 by temperature, then we can get a straight line like this, and V by T is taken on y-axis and absolute temperature on x-axis. We can get a straight line parallel to temperature axis. It means in this case V by T value is not affected by temperature change. Whether temperature increases or decreases, there is no change in the value of V by T. Okay, next, log V is on y-axis, log T is on x-axis, then we can get a straight line like this. Say this, log V here, log V on y-axis, log T on x-axis, then we can get a straight line. So these three graphs also related to Charles law. Remember carefully, this second, third, and yesterday we completed this one, fourth. All these graphs related to Charles law. Sometimes which of the following represents Charles law? Which graph represents Charles law? Like this they may ask. Okay. Next, Boyle's law. Graphs related to Boyle's law. In last class we completed two graphs related to Boyle's law. Now see the remaining types. The product of pressure volume PV is taken on y-axis and pressure on x-axis, then we can get a straight line parallel to pressure axis. Here also the product of this value is independent of pressure change. Whether pressure increased or decreased, there is no change in the value of PV. So at a temperature T1, this is the graph, T2 this one, T3 this one. Here T3 greater than T2 greater than T1. Okay, T3 is the highest temperature, T1 is the lowest temperature. Next, another graph related to Boyle's law. Log P is taken on y-axis, log V is taken on x-axis. So then we can get a straight line like this. So these two graphs related to Boyle's law. In previous class we completed some other graphs related to Boyle's law. Those are this one. This graph and this graph also represent Boyle's law. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay. Next, see the numericals related to Charles law. A balloon is filled to a volume of 2.40 liters at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. The balloon is then heated to a temperature of 70 degrees Celsius. Assuming that pressure remains constant throughout, find the new volume of the balloon. Okay. Initial volume V1 equal to 2.40 liters. Initial temperature T1 equal to 20 degrees Celsius. Convert this into Kelvin scale. Then we have to add 273 to this. Then we can get 293 Kelvin. Final temperature 70 degrees Celsius in Kelvin scale 343 Kelvin. V2 we should find out. So suitable formula V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. So V2 equal to, finally V2 we want. So V2 equal to V1 T2 divided by T1. Substitute the values. We can get final value 2.80 liters. Okay. See carefully for verification whether we can, our answer is correct or wrong. Initial volume this one, temperature this one, final temperature this one. Final volume should be greater than this one, because here temperature increases means volume should be increased according to Charles law. That's why if we get volume more than this value, then it may be correct. If we get less volume than this one, then that is wrong. In this way we can verify our answer. Next, a sample of a gas has an initial volume of 30.80 liters and an initial temperature of minus 67 degrees Celsius. Observe carefully, it is negative temperature, minus 67 degrees Celsius. What must be the temperature of the gas for its volume to be 21.0 liters? So here also temperature, volume, these two parameters are given. It is also related to Charles law. Now this is initial volume. So V1 equal to 30.8 liters. Temperature, initial temperature T1 equal to minus 67 degrees Celsius. Convert this into Kelvin scale by adding 273. Then we can get 206. That means minus 67 degrees Celsius plus 273. We can get 206 Kelvin. Final volume 21 liters T2. We should find out. Here also simple logic. Initial volume, initial temperature, final volume, final temperature we want. Compare these two volumes. Initial volume is more than final volume. That means initial volume is more and final volume is less. That means a T2 value is more than this one or less than this one. Definitely less than this one, because volume decreases means temperature also here decreases. Here temperature decreased, that's why volume also decreases. So our answer should be less than this one. Then only procedure is correct. So suitable formula V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. T2 we want, substitute the values, then we can get this one minus 132.55 degrees Celsius. What is the option? Option B is the answer. Okay. Next, combined formula from Boyle's law and Charles law. By combining these two laws, we can get another formula. Boyle's law, we know that PV equal to constant. Charles law, V by T equal to constant. Combine these two, we can get PV divided by T equal to constant. Therefore, we can write general formula P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. Initial pressure, volume, temperature. Final pressure, volume, temperature. So now related to this formula, see the numericals. A gas at 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere pressure occupies 2.5 liters. What change in temperature would be necessary if the pressure is to be adjusted to 1.5 atmosphere and the gas has been transferred to 2.0 liter container? Okay, temperature, pressure, volume is given, final pressure, final volume is given, temperature we should find out. Okay, so see here, initial pressure P1, initial volume 2.5 liters, initial pressure is 1 atmosphere, initial volume 2.5 liters, initial temperature 273 Kelvin. Final pressure 1.5 atmosphere, final volume 2.0 liters, T2 we should find out. So this is a suitable formula, P1 V1 divided by T1 equal to P2 V2 divided by T2. So T2 we want, write remaining terms on the other side and substitute the values. Finally we can get our answer 54.6 degrees Celsius. Okay, next. Important question, this one, understand carefully. A spherical balloon of 21 centimeter diameter is to be filled up with hydrogen at STP. At STP condition, a balloon is filled with hydrogen gas. Balloon diameter is given 21 centimeter. This hydrogen gas is present from a cylinder containing the gas at 20 atmosphere and 27 degrees Celsius. This hydrogen gas is present in a cylinder. Inside the cylinder, pressure, temperature conditions. If the cylinder can hold 2.82 liters of water, calculate the number of balloons that can be filled up. So, inside the cylinder, pressure, temperature and volume is given. Now, with this hydrogen gas, how many balloons can be filled up? We should find out. Okay. Volume of one balloon. So balloon means we can consider spherical. That's why we have to use volume of the spherical. because here they mentioned spherical balloon. So volume of one balloon equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 into 22 by 7 into radius 21. Here diameter is given 21. Radius means 21 divided by 2 whole cube, that equal to 4.851 liters. Okay, this is volume of the balloon in liters. Let n balloons be filled. Thus total volume of H2 used in filling balloons. Suppose n number of balloons are filled, then total volume of hydrogen used in filling balloons, how much? 4.851 into n. One balloon volume is this one, total number of balloons is this one. So by multiplying this, we can get total volume of hydrogen filled in balloons. Okay, next, see this. Yet STP, total volume of hydrogen in the cylinder. See here, when hydrogen is filling in the balloon at STP condition, at STP condition only we can fill the hydrogen into the balloon according to this question. So total volume of the hydrogen inside the cylinder at STP, V2 equal to P1 V1 divided by T1 into P2 T2 by P2. See here, at STP, P2, T2, V2 are related to STP conditions. So standard temperature and pressure means 1 atmosphere pressure and temperature 273 Kelvin. So P1 means inside the cylinder, what is the pressure? 20, temperature 27 degrees Celsius. In terms of Kelvin, 300 Kelvin. Same thing. And volume of this cylinder 2.82 liters. So this one. So substitute these values, then we can get 51.324 liters. Now understand carefully. This means as we fill the gas at STP, the volume of the gas expands to 51.324 liters. Because gas can expand, gas molecules having less attractive forces, that's why they can occupy more volume. At STP conditions, hydrogen gas is filled into hydrogen gas present in the cylinder can occupy 51.324 liters. But since the cylinder's volume is 2.82 liters, so this much gas would be inside the cylinder while the rest of the volume escapes out filling the balloon. So at STP condition, this much volume of hydrogen gas is available, but cylinder volume is 2.82 liters. Only this volume of hydrogen can hold by the cylinder. Remaining gas can come out from the cylinder and entered into balloons. Therefore, the volume that is actually filled, total volume of the gas is this one. Only this much volume of gas can hold by the cylinder. Then remaining volume is filled in the balloons. So 51.324 minus 2.82, that equal to 48.504 liters. Therefore number of balloons filled up, N, equal to this volume divided by one balloon volume, then we can get 10. Okay, this one, see here, 4.821 into liter total volume of hydrogen gas. Here this total volume is equal to this one. So from this, N equal to 48.50 liters divided by 4.821, that equal to approximately 10. So with this volume, how many balloons can be filled means 10 balloons. So what is the option? Option C is the answer. Okay students, we'll meet you in the next class.